Prioritizes our hazards and mitigations and makes recommendations for communities at risk. And we'll go into that here in a few minutes and talk about what our risk is here. These plans are based on the needs of the community, okay? I think some of you might have taken the survey that was sent out about a year ago. I don't know if you know this, but Maristone has a divergently high number of respondents to all kinds of surveys. You're the second highest response when we did our strategic plan for the fire district. I also, those of you that don't know, I'm on the ECHO board, and we get a lot more donations per capita from Maristone Islanders too. So thank you for that. So this is what the plans looks like. It hasn't been signed yet, but it's in draft, and hopefully in the next month or so we'll have a signing ceremony. It's hundreds of pages long. So it's good sleeping material. One of my commissioners read the whole thing cover to cover last weekend, and she's like, wow, you guys did some work. And yeah, we did. So this is you. So every part of the county is split up into these polygons. So there's one for my neighborhood, there's one for Port Townsend, they're all on this website, they're all public, no secrets. But this is the courageous reflection we're talking about right here. Our community hazard rating is on Maristone Island is high. Okay, we live in all those things we said we loved a few minutes ago come at a cost for all of us. Okay, we have to have this in the front of our minds. We are in a fire-prone area. We have to be overt with what we're going to do to prepare for that. Any questions on this slide?
So all of this online?
Yes.
Is there one, the next island over for Indian, is there one as well?
No.
Okay, so they have their own.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is we have a community hazard rating of 82, which puts us at high.
Mm-hmm.
And can you label the red? Like, we only have one road, okay?
Yeah,
We
you
have
only have one
combustible,
road.
yeah.
Your building construction, most of your homes are old, okay? And they don't have, the current building code requires some fire resistant qualities. The new building code that's coming is going to require a lot more. A lot of people, we did you may have seen me driving around with a bunch of people in my vehicle about 6 months ago, but we surveyed the entire county, all of the district of East Jeff, including Maristone Island, with the consultants. And these are the things they observed. A lot of decks, a lot of fences, touching houses, poorly maintained, firewood under the decks, other flammable things under the decks. Building setbacks, for especially when you have a slope, those setbacks add more of holes in the Swiss cheese if you don't have enough distance when you're on a slope.
Do you think, like up at Flagler, the campers, and, you know, is there, I haven't been up there, there's fires allowed.
Yeah, camping is definitely part of it,
Yep.
but campgrounds have things engineered in them. One of the questions I get a lot is how come we have the burn ban here, but they're still burning campfires up there? Well, they have rangers on duty, one, that have firefighting equipment with them, two. Three, those campgrounds are made to have a fire ring with everything cleared around the fire ring for a certain radius. So it's a lot different than me having a burn ring in the back of my yard, well, maybe not my yard, but you know, on a private parcel where you're not as careful and it's not set up to be, you know, someone's gonna, if it gets out of hand, call and act earlier. So that's why that happens. But yes, we looked at campgrounds, and there's other campgrounds around the district, but primarily we were looking at the community part of community wildfire protection plan, not just the commercial part. Because really that's the goal of this, is to protect and make the community resilient. So I get this question a lot. Any guesses before I show the slide? How long would it take to evacuate all of Maristone Island?
Meaning off island or by road?
All
Hours.
citizens off the island.
Hours.
Days.
I heard 2 days, I heard 6 hours. Okay, so one of the things that the county, again, please tell them thank you twice, is they agreed to the fire chief's crazy request to buy an optional evacuation AI for the whole fire district, for the whole county. So they did that. Here's the result. So
Why
the
does it say-
AI made some assumptions, but it thinks it's gonna take 2 hours and 42 minutes. Worst case scenario.
Wow.
I think that's very short.
Yeah, that's like ChatGPT.
No, they take good money for it. But,
Okay, 'cause
but you
that's,
gotta keep this in mind, this is a sterile, software, right? It's sterile. So the assumptions that it makes are mathematical, not human, not subjective, not time of day, not seasonal when all of us are, know something's going on at Flagler.
And is this assuming that the road is completely clear, there's nothing
Yeah,
down?
exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you can drive through it,
Yeah.
no problem.
Mhm.
Is it also assuming that our cell phones got the
Yeah,
message?
exactly. Yeah, it's assuming all of the best case scenarios.
Right.
And we all just talked about the things that go wrong in a disaster, so I would not say 2 hours is all we need.
In other words, the best case scenario is the worst case.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
Doctor. But it's still a tool, and it still helps us plan for what we could expect under ideal circumstances, and then we usually, being the professional pessimists that we are, we're doubling or tripling that, which is even more, I hope, an illustration to all of you why we don't wait to be told to leave. Okay. Maris?
How long would it take to swim over to Indian Island? We have lots of boats and we swim over there.
Yeah.
Not that they'd let us on there.
It's chilly out there.
Well, and there happens to be some black and white things that like humans a
not
lot.
out there,
Not too bad.
not out there.
No?
No, I swim in the stream.
I'm gonna trust you.
There's no.
All right.
But that plan says not
This-
only off Marrowstone, but going over the Hood Canal Bridge and
Right.
getting to Kitsap in 2 hours?
No, that is just leaving the parameters we put. You can't see it from here, but when I email it to you, you'll see a pin drop right there,
But the
and that's
time-
just clearing the island.
Got it?
Okay, and then what we told it is to set the gathering point here and here, because we don't want you all going to Irondale. Okay? We don't want all to Irondale.
Valley Tavern,
Yeah. I mean, that might be where I'm heading.
keep it open.
Yeah, we want you, that's the next question I get is usually,